Alright, what is up, you guys? Long time no talk. First and foremost, thank you so much for the support on my last video. It really means the world to me. Seeing some of the same names and faces that supported me back in the day, you know, still posting comments, still reaching out, still letting me know what they think years later. Shit's crazy, man. I wanted to make this video for two reasons. The first is, I'm sure you see in the title, if you actually type Visvim in YouTube, my videos are among the first ones that pop up, which is kind of bewildering for me because I'm not that big of a YouTuber. And secondly, Visvim has kind of been cannibalizing my financial decisions for the last couple of months, and I wanted to document these very unfortunate financial decisions on the internet for your viewing pleasure. So let's talk all about the Visvim Cristo and why I have 3 of them. Alright, so I'm not going to talk too much about the Visvim brand and its history, but I will give you guys the spark notes on its footwear selection. Basically, there's 3 main articles of footwear that are of importance, in my opinion at least. The first is the FBT, which is their moccasin sneaker hybrid, which I made a video about a couple years ago. Feel free to check that out. The second is the Grizzly boot, which is curb stomping, all-terrain boot that they produce. And then finally, you have the Cristo, which is kind of seen as the ultimate sandal. The Visvim Cristo comes in 4 sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, and you have to choose the Visvim Cristo size based on your normal shoe size. So I wear a size 12, which equates to an XL. XL are the ones that are produced in the least quantity and are therefore, the rarest. So while you can come across Visvim Cristos on the secondhand market for quite a good price, coming across an extra large is not only rare, but most of the time it fetches kind of like a large size premium. That being said, I was actually able to purchase these 3 pairs of Cristos from the Visvim store in downtown Los Angeles. Let's talk about what you get in the box first. This is the box for the general release Visvim Cristo, and what I mean by that is there's nothing fancy about this. There's no, of course it's limited, but it's not, under the Indigo camping trailer or the contrary department or another one of the sublines that Visvim does that are a little bit more exclusive. That's why it has the generic white box. As you can see, the size XL tag right here. And to open it, you just twist these little strings. Inside, you get a dust bag that I don't have any purpose for except like putting underwear and socks in when I travel. And then inside, you get your Visvims. This is the first pair that I acquired. This is the Japanese military grade nylon Cristo. And as you can see, the entire upper has this really awesome shiny olive nylon. It's almost iridescent. This colorway at least is kind of like a grail for me personally because olive is such a easy to wear muted color. Yeah, these are crazy because with all the Cristos, they have full leather on the inside and the footbed and then lining on the inside of the strap. But what made this a very rugged iteration of the Cristo was, again, this ballistic nylon upper, which was actually really, really stiff and required breaking in. My toes actually really hurt the first day after I wore it. So if you do purchase this iteration, I highly recommend you wear socks for the first several times, in fact. It works for summer and fall, winter. And I think that I'm going to be wearing this one a little bit more into the fall, winter when I'm forced to wear socks, just because it looks, it really is just like a very sturdy shoe that almost wraps around your foot rather than a light sandal that you can flip on and off. Otherwise, you have a Vibram outsole and you have the iconic zigzagging strap, fastener right here, and a clip. Second of the general release Cristos that I have is dark brown, chocolate brown upper made from a custom woven cotton. White midsole, which is a little bit unique because most of the time Cristos are tonal. These are super comfortable. Unlike the olive ones, they require no break-in, which is actually why I'm favoring these right now in the summertime because I'm not really trying to wear socks. Otherwise, again, full leather on the inside, totally lined. It's just that because of this cotton upper, the difference in the upper fabric actually makes a huge difference in the wearability of the shoe. And again, I love this colorway. The The final Cristo is the one that I actually picked up today and that I was the most gassed on. This is the ICT, or Indigo Camping Trailer exclusive Cristo. Indigo Camping Trailer is basically a subline of Visvim that usually has more of the bandana or patchwork or indigo dyed products. It's kind of more of, it's a regional exclusive. Only certain stores in Japan and only the Visvim store in downtown Los Angeles will carry ICT, and very limited stock goes on the website versus general releases, which are, you know, available at every location and are available in larger quantities. This one is seriously like holy grail tier. You guys, I was so gassed on this. Here she is, the white bandana print, canvas upper, very shiny nylon straps, and then the most beautiful off-white plastic hardware and midsole. This is like the perfect pre-vintage, future grail. I really personally like when white sneakers look, you know, beat up and dirty and they have spots and stains on them and they tell a story, and I can't wait to do the same with this particular one. And the fact that it has kind of these off-white elements gives it a bit of that aging effect. If it was all white, if it was like optic white all around, I think it wouldn't have as much of you know, a captivating effect. Through all these hues, it's just such a stunning sandal. Each one of the patterns on the upper was actually different, and I got one that I'm really happy with. It has this cherry floral fabric, and then on the side it has these dots. It actually matches this one, so it's symmetric on each one. Otherwise, the ICT Cristo, as you can see, it actually comes in a more nondescript brown cardboard box with brown strings instead of black. Inside is the exact same dust bag, Visvim proof of authenticity, etc., but a much more low-key sizing tag, and the price, $740 US. Absolutely ridiculous, but like I said, this is a future grail, something that I hope to hold on to for forever, and something that will definitely be just like a spring-summer essential for seasons to come. Many of you guys have been asking about the Cristos and the Suikoks and kind of my opinion on the two. I personally am such a diehard believer in Visvim's Cristos. Compared to the Suikoks, they're really just a much more solid, sturdy article of footwear rather than the Suikoks, which are almost like, you know, I'd wear those to the beach or something. Be aware that there are a lot more fakes on the market simply because of the proliferation of sandals in all aspects of fashion. I mean, you have high-end houses like Dior, Prada, Louis Vuitton doing their own spins on it, and then you kind of have classics like Birkenstocks that are also kind of doing new stuff, like with their continual partnership with Rick Owens, kind of repositioning themselves in the fashion sphere. One thing to look out for is on this calfskin tab right here. A lot of the fakes look like this has been printed on by a machine, and in reality this is almost like a rough piece of leather that's been hand printed rather than with a machine. So that's a telltale sign, at least for me. Anyways, that's all you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me talk about three of the exact same sandal. What do you think about this whole sandals and fashion trend? Are you with it? Do you think it's super whack? Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.